In this video, I have for you an estate sale haul with a story that I shared in a song.
A true vintage haul of jewelry, a collection of personal memories, beaded necklaces, earrings, and more. Treasures resting quietly in a box on the floor. What to some was thought of as having no value shows itself with hidden stories and vintage beauty. Once more, once worn with grace, now in my hands.
This estate sale haul literally sat in a box in my closet for years, and then I moved it under a desk in my office, and it sat again for years. And this past weekend, I was organizing my office and going through every single piece of jewelry and separating it, by like kind. And that box was the last box that I had to deal with. And I knew that a lot of the jewelry needed cleaned, so I still have that work ahead. But as I was going through it, I came across something, a little something that spoke to me and said, Vickie, stop. Stop going through this jewelry and just separating it and bagging it. You, Vickie, need to make a video and share everything in this estate sale haul. So yes, it touched my heart and I turned it into this video. Let's get started. Let's take a look at all of these pretty earrings. You would think that this pair would be branded, but they're not. They're shades of gold tone metal and a matte and a gloss finish. This pair of clip earrings is branded. It has a faux glass bead. It's actually just plastic. It has faux pearls. It is metal. And this one has a brand that I've never heard of, Vendome. It's spelled Vendome. I had to look it up. It actually is a highly collectible vintage costume jewelry line renowned for its hand-assembled designs, intricate beadwork, and high-quality materials. This jewelry was sold from 1944 to 1979, and to my surprise, it was served as the elite premium division of Coro. Who knew? Did you know? I didn't know. What do we have here? These are some aqua blue enamel with a faux pearl. By the way, nothing's been cleaned or anything. It's as found. Coro. These are pretty glass crystals. These have West Germany on the back. West Germany. We have a little bit of, I don't know, what are these? I'm not sure. It almost looks like a type of ribbon. Yeah, it's very unusual. Looks like a woven ribbon type material, making all the petals with a flat faux pearl and little tiny pearls around and no branding on it. These are quite unique. These leaves, they're actually ceramic. You can see some of the chipping here with a screw back earring applied. Check these out. Purple glass rhinestones, and they seem to all be there in a gold metal finish. Has nice plating, but no branding. Surprised by that. Check out these pink ones. These are lightweight plastic clip, just glued on. Looks like it might have been re-glued, but no branding on those. Another pair of clip, and these are blue acrylic or plastic, if you will, and they have glitter, silver glitter and sparkles, and it looks like broken shell adhered to the earrings. No branding. These are Coro. They're metal with a clip back. No branding on this little swirl braided design, but no branding on that. We have an aqua color here with a modern look to it, almost like a little planet, and no branding. Fairly heavy gold tone metal earrings with a woven pattern, no brand. We have some pink cat's eyes, and these say Listener, L-I-S-N-E-R, Listener. Probably had a necklace to go with them. Maybe we'll find a necklace in the haul. I don't know. And then after that, I have some that need repair. These are little shell earrings, and one of the shells did come off. They've been painted red. The screw back, very delicate, and these need a repair. These are blue acrylic or plastic, if you will, and these are screw backs, and this just needs to be glued back together. So take a closer look here. So a lot of earrings. You can see these are fairly large, but as we progress through the video, you'll see she had some 1970s tiny little pierced earrings as well, but there's more. I tried to wear a pair of the clip earrings for this video. As you can see, I'm wearing some other jewelry that might be in this video, but they just hurt too bad. So I settled on the hoops, which I really like. But let's keep going because I have lots more to share with you. Let's take a look at what we have here. We have a vintage beaded necklace. It almost looks like it's paper beads. They're not. They're vintage plastic beads separated by a little seed bead. And this one here looks like it's missing an extended chain to go with it because otherwise it'd be quite small. So this is a great one to upcycle. It does have matching earrings. Can we find out anything about it with the earrings? Let's see. It does say something on it. Take a closer look. It says Hong Kong. So we have matching earrings to go with it. Even though the necklace itself needs repaired or upcycled, it does come with earrings. And then we have a very long gold tone chain necklace with some faux pearls and textured beads in between. Quite long. It does have a clasp. Does it say anything? It's a fold over clasp. No markings, but lots of chain and pearls. And this one here, this one is multicolor, shiny gold, a matte gold, light tan. The beads are pretty heavy, so it makes me think that they are glass beads that have been coated. Yes, they've been coated. Do you see the wear here on this one here? So they're white glass beads that have been coated. So another good one to upcycle. And then we have a pair of earrings, quite large flowers with a faux pearl, clip earrings, no brand. This beautiful cross. It looks like it's sterling silver, but I don't think it is. No, there's no reason to think it is. It is gold on the back and front, and it has some engraving here. So a beautiful cross. This cute pin is just vintage plastic crystals, if you will. Anyway, cute little pin with some blue hearts. And then this pin in very good condition with faux pearls in various sizes. The back says something on it. I can't quite read it. Oh, I see it now. Coral. It does have coral on the back in very, very good condition. Beautiful brooch. Oh, and this key is fun. Prayer is the key. That's a good saying for a key. It says it on both sides. It says on the other side, pray for one another. Prayer key family. Rex Humbard. Pray for one another. I have no idea how old this key is, but Rex Humbard on the back. Just think it's really cool. And then a pretty little bracelet with shells and some what looks like sea glass almost. Really cute. No markings on it. I think it's a handmade bracelet. Very sweet. There was something else that I pulled out of this estate sale haul. There's something that made me stop and decide to share all of this with you. And I'm going to show it to you next. When I pulled out this jewelry to show you, I found something else. And it's this little Scotty dog pin. And the name on it says Grace. Isn't that just adorable? Oh, wait a minute. That's not a pin. What is that? That's a hair clip. I thought it was a pin. I guess I just assumed it was a pin because I have never seen a little hair clip. How sweet. My first thought is, because it says Grace, is that the lady who owned all this jewelry, her name was probably Grace. I think that would fit. I have a niece. Her name is Ivy Grace. Isn't that just precious? Yes, Grace. It's pretty faded, but I imagine this is from the 1950s or 60s, this cute little Scotty dog. Not a pin, no, a hair clip. I guess I could have fitted in right here maybe in honor of Grace. And this is a little something that touched my heart and made me pause and take a breath. And yes, I did get a tear in my eye. I don't want to get one now. But anyway, yeah, sweet Grace. And I wrote a song in memory of Grace that I'm going to share later in the video when I show you all the little tiny earrings that were in the estate sale haul. But yeah, thank you, Grace. We have a variety of beaded necklaces in all different colors. This was the first one that I opened, and I absolutely love it. I just love the colors, shades of light pink and a hint of purple. All plastic beads, of course. Now this one, does it have a brand? I'm looking here. I was thinking it said something. It does. It says Hong Kong on the hook. So there's this one. Let's separate this so you can see. These are purple and clear glass beads, and they're knotted in between. Every single one. I think you can see the sparkle on here. And then we have the orange. Of course, I'm in Tennessee, so I'm not surprised there's an orange necklace in this vintage jewelry haul. It's, a 3-strand. And does this one have anything on it? Let's see here. It does. It says Japan. So 3 strands. And then this one is an orangish red. It has a ring clasp, circle clasp, and no branding on it. A long green beaded necklace that it's on a nylon cord and it doesn't stretch and there's no clasp, so you have to be able to slip that one over your head. But it's pretty nice sized beads, and they have a mottled green with a hint of blue. This one has some really unusual texture. I hope I can get it to show up. These beads, the orangish brown beads, have a lot of texture, embossed. It's like an embossed bead separated by antique brass beads and gold moonglow beads. They're plastic beads, but moonglow. I think I said the wrong thing on one of the pairs of earrings. I think I said cat's eye when I should have said moonglow. Yeah, I think I did that. I'll have to revisit that. But that's a really cool necklace. Lots of beads, no clasp, but as you can see, a lot of beads to work with. And this one here is a combination of various shapes of plastic components, embellishments with faux amber and the metal jump rings. Again, one that just slips over your head. This has the weight and the coolness of glass beads. Again, a knot in between each bead. And then this one is really different. These, I don't know why they call these beads. They've been used a lot for crafting. It's a tri-bead, 3 sides to it. And I know they have a name, and I know you can stack them, but someone took and worked them into a crocheted necklace in the lime green, the bright green, and the yellow, the gold. So very unusual. So there's just a peek at these necklaces here. There is more, so keep watching. I have a variety here, and at first I thought these earrings matched this necklace, but as I look closer here, they really don't match. Slightly different shade. But what do we have here? We have some clip earrings that say Hong Kong on the back. And these clip earrings, I haven't found a necklace for these yet either. These are also clip, and they are marked Japan. And I'm having an issue where some of the tiny little beads are not wired in, they're glued in. So I'm going to go ahead and put these right back into the bag because they keep losing little pearls, but I was able to capture some of them. And this pair of clip earrings does go with this necklace, and they say Hong Kong. However, there is an issue with the necklace. These seem to be fine. But do you see the color of the pearl in the center of the earring? What's happening is the pearls on the necklace are losing their coating. There's a little piece right on my finger there. So the pearls are flaking, but the other beads are definitely usable. And I would put it together as a set, as is. You're not seeing a lot of fancy pieces in this video. You're not seeing all the designer brands. Maybe they had already picked those pieces up before I bought it, because the lady, the daughter, said to me that they had already gone through the jewelry. So I didn't think there was going to be anything left of value. But what is value anyway? Isn't value perceived to begin with? I mean, there's some sweet sets in here, some really cute pieces, and several pieces that could be upcycled to make them longer. There's so much potential in this haul. And so, yeah, I pretty much love it all. I can't keep it all, though. No, I can't. Let's keep going. This necklace is really tiny. It has faux pearls and plastic beads in various shapes. It has a hook clasp, and the clasp says, the best I can tell, Japan. Japan on this one. And I guess we did check the earrings too, and they say Japan, so that makes sense. This one is unbranded, and these are very large beads, variety of shapes, nicely weighted. So I would say these are acrylic beads. They're heavier than the average plastic bead. And this one has a box clasp. I don't know how well it's going to stay in there, so I will note that when I go to sell it. I mean, I'm checking it right now. I guess it's all right. You just have to get it in there with the little lever at the top. But we have a little tiny rhinestone here. But that's a really nicely weighted vintage necklace. And again, these earrings, well, they don't match. They just don't match. But that's okay. I'm showing you everything as I'm unpacking it. The point is to show you what I have, what's in the haul. Next up is another unusual collection that I put together. I was just taking everything out of the box as I was finding it. And yeah, there's some interesting pieces in this haul throughout the rest of the video. I have an unusual collection laying out here. A little bit of plastic, 2-strand vintage plastic beads. And let's see, does it say anything on it? Well, it's missing its hook now, isn't it? Needs a little hook. But we've got this necklace, and the earrings need a little bit of repair. We have a couple beads that have come off. But these earrings say, what do they say here? That's going to tell us Hong Kong. Hong Kong on the back of the earring. So if it had the necklace clasp, well, it would say Hong Kong. This beautiful bracelet is gold tone metal, and I am not seeing any branding on it. It has a leaf pattern. And this bracelet is very pretty, very modern look for its time, probably a 1960s bracelet. Doesn't have any branding on it. And here's the earrings to go with it. The earrings don't say anything either, but it's a bracelet and earring set. And then this bracelet has a few issues. It's missing what appears to be a ceramic or glass piece, like one of these other oval pieces. Again, no branding on this. This is a bracelet and earring set. Looking to see if it has any designer brand, but I don't see anything. But it's really cute. It's got gold tone metal and enamel green leaves and a little yellow bead glued in. Here's the earrings, clip earrings. What's it say here? I guess it's just a patent pending, no brand. Cute though. And then we have this fish. What is this called? Reticulated, articulated. It's one of these fish pendants that moves. I don't know if you can tell. I don't know if you can see it here, but it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections, a little fish pendant. And then I found this ring. The ring is broken. It's missing a component on one side. And I have no reason to believe it's anything other than fashion jewelry. But it has this beautiful cameo that could be taken off of here and applied and used in making other jewelry. So that's really pretty. We have a bracelet that's Taxco, Mexico, embossed in the bottom here in brass. And then this brass bracelet has an elephant and some mother of pearl inlay. This is a very modern looking bracelet. No markings on that. And I found something else unusual. I found a charm bracelet that looks a lot more modern. It has a little girl, and her name is Kim. Now, it says sterling on the back, so I thought, oh, yoo-hoo, I got some sterling here. And it has these little coffee pots and like a little, I don't know, I guess she's a swimmer. But the name of Kim, and I thought we had sterling because it said sterling on the back of this little face charm for the little girl, and it says sterling on the ring clasp, circle clasp, but I'm going to show you here. That is not sterling. It might be sterling plated, but it absolutely is not sterling. Neither are the coffee pots. I don't know about the little swimmer yet. And the chain, well, I think the chain itself, along with the clasp, might be sterling. So kind of unusual that this would be marked sterling when it's only plated. A little misleading if you're the buyer of that. But the chain I'm going to have checked because I do believe it's sterling. I have a magnet or two on hand. Kind of unusual for a piece to be marked sterling and actually be just plated. But I'll get the bracelet checked out and find out. We'll see. Let's get into some of the boxes now and see what's inside. Let's open some boxes and see what we have. Got this vintage box. Ooh, look at this. Oh my gosh. Let's move some things out of the way. Oh my gosh, we have a 3-strand, absolutely beautiful crystal beaded necklace. It says Japan. That is gorgeous. Probably needs a little cleaning. Has some rhinestones here. Very tiny, but it could be upcycled for sure into a lot of beautiful jewelry. So we have this. Oh my gosh, what a contrast from this crystal beaded necklace to this. That is some chunky, chunky chain. Wouldn't you say 1980s for this? Maybe even 1990s? Look at that clasp. It's huge. I mean, you would think it's marked. It is. Let's see what we can see here. Stainless steel. I don't know if you can see it. Stainless steel, made in China. But that is very odd. It's going to be fun to take some photographs of this jewelry and see if I can find out even more. But all right, I can't even begin to tell you how heavy that is. But it is very, very heavy. What's this say? Carl Dubé Jr., D-O-U-B-E-T, Carl Dubé Jr., jeweler, 9th Orange Streets, Wilmington, Delaware. Wilmington, Delaware. Drum roll, please. Oh, we have a necklace. Oh, okay, pair of earrings, a bracelet. I won't say that the earrings look like they go with it, though. They don't. Oh, inside it says Napier Fine Jewelry. A little velvet lining, so pretty. Let's take a closer look. We have blue. Are those cold to touch? Yes, we have some blue stones. This could be sodalite. And we have some gold tone metal beads. Just because it came out of that box doesn't mean it's that brand. It is Napier. It is. So I guess that would be the original box. I will include the box. We've got a gold chain, very tiny. We almost have a perwer, but there's just no way these earrings match. First of all, they're silver tone and these are gold tone. So the earrings don't match, but apparently she wore them together and that's fine. We wear what we want to wear. But there you go. There's this set. Let's put it back in here. The earrings I'll put separately. What's this? Florida. I used to live in Bradenton. It's not on here, but there's Sarasota on here. Yeah, I lived in Bradenton and Tampa. Do I see Tampa? Nope, I don't see Tampa. I didn't make the mark. It looks like a little cosmetic case. Oh, is this oh look, it was a little powder case. This was a little powder puff and there would have been a little tray of powder in here, but that's a cute little case with Florida on it. Definitely vintage. We have a necklace? No. A bracelet? We had another necklace. I'm sure. Didn't we have a necklace that goes with this? I'm going to have to take a look, but I think for sure we had another necklace that matched this. Sure looks familiar. And is this just the funniest bracelet you've ever seen? Those are some gigantic baubles on this bracelet. I mean, it would make some noise while you're wearing it. Fold over clasp, no branding. I'm going to take a second and see if I can find the other necklace that I think goes with this. I'll be right back. Found it. Yep, we have two necklaces. I don't see a clasp on either one. Okay, I'm wrong. There's a ring clasp here. That means there's got to be a clasp on this shorter one. You would think, because there's no way you would get that over your head. Anyway, what I'll do now, not this bracelet, but I will put these together as a lot. So those will go together, and then this would be sold separately. Those sound like acrylic. They're heavier than a typical plastic. That is really cool. So, oh wait, I've got another one here. What do we have? Pink necklace. I never know if earrings are going to pop out or not. We have a 2-strand pink glass. Are you kidding me? Are these little flat little slivers glass? They sure feel like it. I can't quite tell, but we have a 2-strand pink necklace with a pretty clasp. With the hook is really corroded, really corroded on the clasp. Yeah, I can't even read it anymore, which is too bad. I can read something here. Give me a second here. Oh, West Germany. West Germany clasp. It apparently got wet at some point. That's a pretty necklace. So this is what we have in these containers so far. Quite unique collection, wouldn't you say? Especially with this. That chain is really heavy. Really heavy. I can't imagine wearing that all day. And the baubles on the bracelet, aren't those the largest bead baubles you've ever seen on a bracelet? I wonder what we've got next. Do you wonder what we've got next? What do we have here besides an unusual collection of jewelry? We have a wood beaded necklace with a ring clasp. We have another wood beaded necklace. This one's quite long, and it has 3 strands with a variety of shapes and colors. That's pretty cool. And then this vintage green plastic. This is really pretty, but it doesn't have a normal clasp. This is just a jump ring connecting it. It really needs a new clasp. It would be great for upcycling. And then this crazy thing, at first I thought it was a necklace, but it's actually a vintage, I would say 1960s belt. Yeah, I think we've got a belt here. 1960s, just plastic, white plastic rings, gold tone. Oh, and we have gold tone metal. I think they're metal. I don't know. I don't want to break it. But we have a vintage belt. And then this is another vintage belt. This one actually says Germany. Can you believe that? I'm going to try to hold it so you can see it. Can you believe that? A gold tone metal made in Germany. And it's very lightweight. Quite a variety here. Take a look. I started to put on the white belt, the ring belt, before I started the video so I could show it to you, but I discovered it doesn't have a hook. No way to hook it around your waist, so it does need a little something there. Maybe a large lobster clasp would work. But we make jewelry, right? So we can fix just about anything. I know you can. A very unusual collection here. A mix of light and dark, I'll say that. And lots of seed beads on a few of these. This is a multi-strand necklace with 6 strands of seed beads. Nothing on the ring clasp, but yeah, 6 strands of seed beads and some really interesting earrings. Really cool how they did this. It's tiny seed beads on wire that's just shaped around to be a flower, and then a screw back for the earring. Cute, really cute. These earrings go with this necklace. These need cleaned really bad. As I said, I'm just opening up this haul. I haven't cleaned anything yet. And these say Japan. These are probably quite old and they need a really good bath. They need a little extra help here. And then this necklace, ring clasp. This string is very old. It's very delicate. I think this set is quite old. The beads are loose on the string. I think the string is about to go. Again, it needs a soak. So as soon as I would soak this in some soapy water, that string is going to break. That would be a set for upcycling, for sure, on the necklace. Oh, and I missed this. Looks like glass, but it feels like plastic, and yet it looks like sterling. So what is this necklace? On the ring clasp, does it say anything? I don't see anything. Looks like it's sterling here, but probably not. Do you see how tiny this is? But I honestly think it's plastic. So not seeing too much value there. Not a lot to work with on this one. And this, I've seen these textured beads plenty of times. They're always interesting to me. But I don't know what they're supposed to represent, but they're just tiny little dots of texture, like a splatter, if you will. And the beads are separated by 2 tiny seed beads. And I do believe we're missing a clasp, unless that's from the original price tag. I don't know. It has this string on it. Oh, and you can see here, you can see some of the little beads are coming off. So another necklace that would be good for upcycling. And the colors in this one, I don't know. Gosh, not my favorite. They're just all so dark. I mean, it's kind of a gold, little gold in the little speckled beads and shades of gray and black. The earrings made in Hong Kong. It's an old set, very old. What would you do with this one? I'll be honest, it's not my favorite colors. I like black. I like a lot of different colors, but it's just, I think it's just so dull. And here's another really, really tiny seed bead. I said these seed beads were small. Well, look at these in comparison. Look how tiny they are. That's a lot of seed beads too to make this. So we have 3 strands, except that each strand has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think 8. So I think there's 8 strands into this strand, 8 here, and it has a hook clasp. It's brass, antique brass. Very unique. I've never seen anything like it. Kind of surprised by it. And this one kind of reminds me of this one, like maybe they almost go together. Let's put this in the bowl here. I see string. I don't see a clasp. They almost look like seed pods. I wonder if they are. Maybe they are. with some tiny little oblong pearls. I guess you could almost wear these together. Maybe that's what it needs. Maybe it needs some color around it. Maybe all of these were worn together at one point, perhaps. With a light color top it would work, but you can see we have string here. Again, it could have been from a price tag, or they could have tied it. I might put these three together as a lot and see what happens. Let somebody else decide what to do with it, because I will be selling this jewelry haul. I'll talk about that at the end of the video. But here you go. Very unusual collection in this one. That was a very unusual collection. Very unusual colors. Very dark, kind of moody. With the right top, tan or off-white, I think it would look just fine. But what do I have next? How about some pieces that almost every vintage jewelry box would have, and one that's handmade that I've never seen before. Every vintage jewelry box needs some pink, some white, some red, white, and blue. Yes, that's what I have here. And I think some of this is handmade. Let's just look at the most basic one first. It's just white beads. Bead on bead, no clasp needed, very long strand. Just some white plastic beads, nicely weighted. I'll give it that. So we have this one. I'll do the pink one last. And then I love this. This is a very long, super long vintage red, white, and blue necklace. All plastic beads just connected, on like string. And can you see how long it is? Oh my gosh. You can double it up and make a really nice, fun necklace with that. And then this white beaded necklace. Nothing's branded so far. I've been looking at it here. They're plastic, lightweight, and really cool texture. So you could have some fun with these, or have fun with this handmade beaded necklace. It almost looks like something my grandmother would make, except I've never seen one of these from her, but it's very unusual. I've never seen one like this at all, to tell you the truth. It has a little plastic rose bead. I guess it's not crocheted, it's bead weaving, absolutely bead weaving. I can see the thread going through each rose. You got the strands of pearls crossing over to the little pink bead and then going around and wrapping around. There's a lot to it. I'm sure it took some time to do all that. Not hard, but took some time. It's extremely unique. Never seen one like it. The bracelet is stretch, but it's risky business. I see very loose threads here. It's about to go. I can tell it's about to go, so I don't want to stretch it too much. But of course, this would be put together as a set. And I'm not sure what I'm doing with these yet. I might just hold on to this one for, Memorial Day, 4th of July, Labor Day. You never know when you can wear that one. But let's move on. I've got another one for you here. I've got lots more for you, actually. I have a few more pink necklaces to show you, but they're quite messy. Therefore, I didn't include them with this last grouping that I put together. Yeah, the next ones are, well, you could say they're sweet because of how they're made, pun intended, but messy. Are you ready for this mess? I'm going to have to clean up afterwards. Yeah, these are what I would call sugar beads, glass sugar bead type coating, glass bead coating. They're basically glass beads. They were small enough to look like sugar, and it's just coming apart. Yeah, we have a broken clasp. String is just kind of attached to the jump ring. This came off. It's missing another component, but do you see what's happening to the table here? And then this one has a ring clasp, and if I shake it, it's going to fall apart. So I don't know if you're familiar with these, but they're tiny little, it's either just a spray coating, a texture spray coating, or it's little glass beads. I think it's glass beads. That's what I think, especially on here. This necklace has a heavier texture. I can actually see the little glass beads. This is even tinier glass beads, and it's a spray type coating or glue applied and rolled in the glass beads. Quite messy. I will sell it. It's not something I would want to wear. I don't know if you could spray coat it again so these would stop falling off, but I would put this together as a lot and sell it all at the same time. Yeah, for repair. Earrings say anything? Not really. Let me get this cleaned up and I'll be right back. I don't know about you, but to me, I've been seeing a little bit of 50s, some 60s. Well, maybe some of the 70s will come a little bit later. But up next, I think we're moving into the 1980s. There is an advantage to being born in the 50s. I was born in 1958, so the end of the 50s. But the advantage that we have is that we have lived the eras of jewelry. So we can recognize it, right? I mean, I've always worn jewelry. Yeah, probably since I was about 12 years old. And that was probably Avon. That was my first jewelry, Avon. But yeah, we've lived it. So we recognize it. And I hope you recognize it too. I'd say that we're moving into the 80s, at least the 80s, maybe into the 90s. I do have this one necklace that I pulled out that looks a little more vintage. So this one could fall into the early 70s. It's all metal chain. And yeah, maybe this one's the early 70s. But this bright gold collar necklace, I haven't photographed anything, by the way, or done any research on it. I will do that. But this one definitely looks like 80s or even early 90s to me. Same thing with this one. There's no brand on here, on this chunky one. Do you think it has any value? Do you think it's quite short? I would call it a choker necklace. But yeah, think it has any value? I did a little research. Yeah, and I found out. And I'm going to show you. I went into my Google app, Google Lens, and I took a photo of just this necklace to see what they would tell me. And Google said it's an Anne Klein, a vintage chunky gold tone necklace with a toggle closure. And yes, in fact, it has a toggle in the back. You could see that in the photo. So is it? Is it really? We shall find out. I clicked on one of the links that was below my search, and it took me to eBay. This necklace, well, maybe this necklace, this Anne Klein necklace, as Google AI said, was listed for $195. But is it? Is it really? Should I stop right there and put it on eBay and maybe auction it off starting at 100 or something? I mean, that's pretty exciting, right? But this one doesn't have the Anne Klein tag, as I'm showing you here in the photo. On top of that, I looked very close at the toggle clasp. And the toggle clasp, the center of the bar part, was different from this necklace. And then I looked very, very closely at the texture, the dimensional embossing of the necklace itself. And what do you think I found out? It's a knockoff. It's a knockoff. It's not an Anne Klein. It's a look-alike. So I do not have a necklace worth $195. Wah, 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 wah. But I do have a pretty cool imitation. Yeah, I do. But let's move on. And then this is another belt. Yes, we have a belt. Honestly, belts have been around forever, but I'm thinking not so much 60s on that. I'm thinking more 70s perhaps on this belt. And then we have some enamel earrings. You know, these got very popular in the 80s. Not seeing any branding. I'll get my little bowl here. Enamel earrings, probably 1980s. I'm not saying that these go together. I just pulled these out. I have a lot of earrings still to show you. These are beautiful little glass beads, little pierced earrings. And as you can see, we're changing over from the clip and the screw back earrings to pierce now. This is the kidney wire, ear wire. Those are gorgeous. I mean, and very, very lightweight. You would think that these are gold, but probably not. I think they're brass, actually. I could have them checked, and I can spend more time looking at them, too. Beautiful earrings. Those might be a keeper. Some pierced earrings, very basic, little round textured. And then these are pretty. They're just plastic, but I thought they were really pretty. Pierced earrings. Oh, I forgot these. And hearts. And then we have this little, it's not quite a flower, a little embellishment in the center of these brass hearts. So what do you think about this collection of jewelry? This is as I'm getting further into the bottom of the box. Yeah, very pretty. I'm thinking about keeping these hoops, but most of it will be up for sale. Yes, I am keeping these, but I didn't like the kidney wire. I just don't like that. It's not comfortable for me to put on, so I changed them over to just some hook ear wires. I love them. What do you think? Kind of retro? Another unusual collection that I've put together here. I think we're still in the 60s, maybe early 70s with the screwback earrings. We've got the large hoop earrings, although screw back, they could be from the 70s. These are 70s clip earrings, pretty plain, just some silver tone, nothing too fancy. We have ceramic. Looks like maybe someone made those in a craft class or something, but we've got screw back ceramic earrings. And look what I found here. I found earrings, screw back earrings to go with this necklace. I was surprised to see that. Are these marked at all? Nope. But I'll definitely be pairing these with the necklace. Have to do that, right? Put those together. This is just a small round circle pin. No branding. Plastic bracelet. Nothing fancy. Pretty inexpensive. This is a single earring, and it's too bad I can't find the other one. I've looked through a few things. At least I haven't found it yet. It says on the back, just patent pending, I guess. But it's so pretty that it's a shame I can't find the other one. Maybe it will pop up. I don't know. Then we have some more earrings. Grapes with faux pearls. Screw back. Don't see any brand on these. And along with the earrings, we have a bracelet with a fold-over clasp. You know, a little fold-over clasp here. And then we also have a necklace. So we actually have a parure because we have 3 pieces. The only thing we don't have is the brooch or pin that might have gone with it. Very pretty set, unique looking chain, and it's a hook. Nope, no branding, but that's a very pretty set. So of course I would keep this set together. Absolutely, the parure. This is like a tie tack. I'm not sure what it says. Distributive Education, Clubs of America. I'm wondering, is it any chance it's sterling? Nah, there's no way that's sterling. Okay, well, we have a little tie tack that was in here. These earrings are unique. They're metal. I think they're copper. Looking at the back with a glaze with paint and clear finish on it. So these are screw back. Very modern, very artsy. These screw back earrings have a taupey gray rectangle set in metal. Not seeing any branding on here, and I do see some wear on the screw back a little bit there. They could be changed out to a new ear wire. You know, remember, if you're upcycling, you can take a lot of clip earrings and change them over to a pierced ear wire. So keep that in mind when you're looking to upcycle. This necklace is so lightweight. We've got a little silver ball here and this very fine aluminum chain. That's what it seems like to me. No clasp at all, but very lightweight. And then this pendant, I don't know, it kind of reminds me of the 70s. It has a metal back with a flat back oval. Is it stone? No. How do I know it's not stone? Because it's not cold. It's warm to the touch. It's a faux stone. It's plastic. Cabochon. And then we have a silver chain, silver tone, and no branding on that. But it's cute. And then this is a choker necklace. Too long for a bracelet and, well, too short for a choker necklace for me, but it's quite heavy, has a lot of weight to it, has the faux pearls, and perhaps if I photograph this I might be able to find one like it and track down the brand. It has a hook clasp, no branding, little pearl on the end. So as I said, we have a mix of like 60s and 70s here. This necklace is multi-strand. It has a larger clasp than what you typically see. Oh, it has a mark on it. Oh my gosh. Another Germany piece. This is a made in Germany 2-strand necklace. Has a box chain and a linked bar chain. I never would have guessed that this would be made in Germany. That's pretty cool. Did I get everything that I have laid out here? I think I did. Oh, I've got a couple of earrings to the side. I'm just going to go ahead and pull them out because I'm getting to the point where I'm getting close to the pierced earrings and then a few personal things that I found in the stash. We have a couple of pairs of clip earrings, gold tone metal, just a plastic faux stone. These, wow, I think that's been glued back together or it's missing something. What do you think? There's a gob of glue there. Yeah, I think it's missing a component. Too bad. Or is this an orchid and it's missing part of the leaves of the orchid? Could be. What I can remember about the estate sale, that's about 6 or 7 years ago. Yes, I've had the haul that long. I remember that we were there early and the jewelry wasn't even completely laid out. Some of it was. And I like to buy jewelry. So when I saw a few vintage pieces, I said, what would you sell it all for? And she said, well, we've gone through it and everything. So let me, talk to so-and-so. And she came back to me and threw a price and I didn't think it was too bad. I was pretty excited about it. It wasn't a lot. I'm not going to say how much, but it wasn't a whole lot. And I bought it. I bought all of it. And because she said, as I said earlier in the video, they said they had gone through all of it, so I didn't expect to find anything. But I think there's some pretty cool pieces in here. What do you think? Although I don't have an Anne Klein $195 necklace. Ah, too bad. But let's keep going because we have some more. We have a mix of the 70s and the 80s. I do believe we've got some 80s earrings here, these large pierced earrings, and then perhaps some 70s with the large hoops. We've got some small enamel pierced earrings in a gray and gold, and this cute little penguin pen, tiny little pen made in Korea. So, okay, I'll say that this is probably a lot older. And before I get to my favorites here, we've got this little cameo. It's just a plastic cameo with a metal backing on the heart and some chain and links. This little gold cross with a ruby rhinestone, ruby red. No markings on these. When I say 70s, well, that's immediately what I thought of when I pulled this out. Oh my gosh, am I in love with this or what? You don't know, but I'm going to tell you. I was a Girl Scout, first of all. Not all the way through the 70s, but the early 70s. Oh, from 7th grade through 9th grade, maybe 10th, I'm not sure. I was a Girl Scout. I was and always have been a smiley face fan. I love smiley faces. And with this banner, "Have a nice day," I mean, it just absolutely spoke to me that I need to keep this. I may never wear it, but this is me all over it. So little did Grace know, or her daughter know, that I would someday be showing this jewelry and find myself right here in this necklace. Love it, love it, love it. And I've got more cool things to show you, so don't go anywhere. We got the flower power. We've got beetles. Beetles are bugs? I don't think it's about bugs. What do you think? Beetles. Beetles are bugs. Cute collection here. I misspoke. That is a brownie pin, and I was a Girl Scout. I still have my Girl Scout pins, so I could add it to this. But the smiley face and "Have a nice day," how can you not love that, right? That has, to me, 70s all over it. You might say 60s, but to me, it's early 70s. That's when I started my collection of smiley faces. I have 4 cases with a whole bunch of pierced earrings. Yes, tiny, dainty pierced earrings. I'm not sure how I'm going to show these to you. I'll have to start with one and see here, because some of them are going to show up easily, some will not. There's so many. I mean, it's just kind of like crazy how many there are in here. I'll lay them out. They all need cleaned anyway, so I need to get them out of here. And I do believe these are from the 70s predominantly, into the 80s, into today for that matter. But it's when the tiny pierced earrings came about. There's a few different sizes, but lots of earrings to look at here. And this is where I'm going to share with you the song that I wrote in honor and memory of Grace, who inspired this video. I hope you have a few minutes here to listen to the song as I show you every single earring that's contained within these cases.
I have a true vintage haul of jewelry, a collection of personal memories, beaded necklaces, earrings, and more. Treasures resting quietly in a box on the floor, once worn with grace, now in my hands. Echoes of another life I barely understand. Piece by piece, with all my heart, I give these stories a brand new start. The box sat for years in my closet, then under a desk, nearly forgotten, until it spoke to me in a way unexpected. With a tear in my eye, a sigh of my heart, I gently handled each piece from the start. I knew I had to share this vintage haul right now, right here with you all. Somebody danced in these crystal strands, Somebody held a sweetheart's hand. I held each treasure gently in the air, wondering who once wore them with care. A whisper of laughter, a memory's trace, still living softly in this sacred space. Then came the peace that sealed my decision, the moment that changed my vision. A little Scotty dog, so tender and small, with the woman's name, Grace, written for all. And suddenly the years no longer felt so far. She became a light, a tiny shining star, a stranger yet somehow a friend to my heart, a reminder that love never truly departs. Piece by piece, with all my heart, I give these stories a brand new start. Velvet-lined boxes with faded seams, holding yesterday's forgotten dreams. Plastic, metal, faux pearls, and rhinestone glass, beauty shared, once hidden in the past. I wonder who she used to be. This woman behind this mystery, her whisper saying soft and low, please don't let my stories go. I hold each necklace carefully, like borrowed fragments of history. What once seemed forgotten and small now feels like treasure. After all, a true vintage haul filled with soul, each piece restoring what time stole. Piece by piece, with all my heart, I give these stories a brand new start. The silver has softened with age and wear, yet beauty still lingers there. I can almost hear the music play from dances held so far away, perfume lingering in the air, as if the past is still standing there. Perhaps Grace once wore that clip, a little Scotty dog, sweet and small, adorned with her name, Grace. It carries the spirit of each piece, the grace of them all. Because these pieces are more than things, they carry memories that often jewelry brings. Not forgotten, not erased, not abandoned by time or place. Each piece waited patiently to be seen, to be loved again, to be redeemed. So thank you, Grace, wherever you are. Your little Scotty dog became the spark that opened this vintage memory door, and made these treasures shine once more. A true vintage haul, now shared with care, as I gently hold it in my hands to share. Piece by piece, with all my heart, we will give this true vintage jewelry Grace's stories a fresh new start, to be worn once again or upcycled with love from the heart. Thank you, Grace.
There are a few more pieces that I want to show you that are probably the most personal pieces, I believe, for Grace, and I'm going to share them with you right now. This is a beautiful mother pin with a photo of Jesus and blue rhinestones. It is missing one, I see that now, but I thought this was a beautiful pin, and it wouldn't be a vintage jewelry haul without finding a poodle pin, a little gold tone poodle pin. Who made this one? Sarah Coventry. That's a Sarah Coventry poodle pin. And then the star of the story, Grace's little Scotty dog. What I originally thought was a pin, but it's actually a little hair clip. Grace's Scotty dog. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a little longer, but there was a lot to share with you. And as I said in the beginning, and I'll say it again, it was this little puppy dog, this little Scotty dog with the name Grace, that inspired this video. All of the jewelry that I've shown you, well, almost all of it, except for just a few pieces, are going to be included in my first live auction, when hopefully next month I kick off Avante jewelry, where I'm going to have not only jewelry listed for sale that you can buy at any time, buy it now, but I'm going to be having live auctions. And I've decided that Grace's jewelry is going to be the first live haul that I do. I will talk about that more when we get closer to the opening of the store. I think I've just reached the point where I've got to stop listing jewelry and start sharing and selling the jewelry. Some of it to wear, some of it to be upcycled. So I'll keep you posted on that. It all started with this. Thank you, Grace. And if you enjoyed this video, I sure appreciate that thumbs up and comment and let me know what you think. And if you haven't done so, please subscribe. I'm Vickie, and I'll see you in the next video.
We will give this true vintage jewelry Grace's stories, a fresh new start to be worn once again or upcycled with love from the heart. Thank you, Grace.